이러지도 못하는데 저러지도 못하네 그저 바라보며 baby baby 매일 상상만의 이름과 함께 스마일은 안내 baby 아직 그리 모르는 사이인데 아무거나 걸쳐도 아름다워 거울 속 팬들이 있어 하는 패션쇼 이번엔 정말 걸까 내가 먼저 터 타진 분인걸 매번 타진 분인걸 나나나나나나 콧노래가 나오다가 나도 몰래 눈물 날 것 같아 아닌 것 같아 내가 아닌 것 같아 I love you so much 이미 난 다 컸다고 생각하는데 저면 내 맘인데 왜 내 맘대로 할 수 없는 건데 밀어내려고 하면 할수록 자꾸 끌려 왜 자꾸 끌려 baby I like Diedit just like Diedit 이런 내맘 모르고 너무해 I'm like Diedit just like Diedit tell me that you be my baby 어처구니 없다고 해? 얼굴값을 못한대 전혀 위로 안 돼 baby 미칠 것 같아 이 와중에 왜 나는 또 고픈 건데 하루 종일 먹기만 하는데 맴 아무지도 없는 이름만 따지 종일 앉아있다가 엎드렸다 시간이 휙휙휙 피부는 왜 이렇게 더 칙칙 자꾸 틱틱거리고만 싶지 나만 귀찮게 계속 왜 나나나나나나 콧노래가 나오다가 나도 몰래 짜증날 것 같아 원할 것 같아 이런 내가 아닌데 I love you so much 이미 난 다 컸다고 생각하는데 저면 내 맘인데 왜 내 맘대로 할 수 없는 건데 밀어내려고 하면 할수록 자꾸 끌려 왜 자꾸 끌려 baby I like Diedit just like Diedit 이런 내맘 모르고 너무해 I'm like Diedit just like Diedit tell me that you be my baby 혹시 이런 나를 알까요 이대로 사라져버리면 안 돼요 이번엔 정말 걸까 내가 먼저 터 타질 뿐인가 매번 타질 뿐인가 이미 난 다 컸다고 생각하는데 어쩌면 내 맘인데 왜 내 맘대로 할 수 없는 건데 밀어내려고 하면 할수록 자꾸 끌려 왜 자꾸 끌려 baby I like Diedit just like Diedit 이런 내맘 모르고 너무해 I'm like Diedit just like Diedit tell me that you be my baby
You can choose, for example, if you want to create certain sizes. So you want to create like a web banner, it gives you here the sizes. You want to do a floppy label, CD cover, toilet paper cover, you know, whatever. So let's do CD cover for right now. So as you see, it gives that, and then you just basically start creating your label, and that's it. So you can also edit images. So if you let me open something here. So exporting or converting images. So basically this one right here is I think it's a JPEG, but if you want to convert it to a PNG, you would do export as, and well, actually it's a PNG, so I'm gonna export it as something else. So let's do a JPEG, which I think I already have. It is a JPEG, but I'm just gonna show you. I have many different options. You can create it as a HTML. You can do it as a GIF. So you can use many different kinds of formats. But for right now, we're gonna do just a simple JPEG. So right here, and then basically you just click on export, and that's it. So VirtualBox, this is to be able to create instances of other operating systems. So I'm running on Ubuntu, but as you see here, I have many different instances. I have Arch Linux, I have Fedora, I have FreeBSD, NetBSD, PC Linux. I have System 5, which is a retro one. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna launch it right now. Hopefully it works because I haven't used it in a while, but yeah, there it is. So as you see, that's the System 5 that is like from back in the 80s, I think. So there it is. So this is useful. You can use different ones like Windows, of course. You can also use Linux, BSD. If you can get Mac in there, I think you can also use Mac. So it's very useful to be able to test out and do many things. Like right now, this is Linux Mint, and what I've been doing is I've been testing out some applications that I don't want to test out on the actual operating system in case they mess something up. So you can use it for many things. So the next one is Thunderbird, and Thunderbird is basically to manage your emails. This is not necessarily to create your email account per se, but this is to manage all your emails. So if you have many different email accounts, like most people do, let's say you have Yahoo or Gmail or AOL or whatever, or you have all of them. So basically what you would do is you would just create all the emails in here and all the email accounts and just set them up, and you can log in directly. You don't have to worry about going to the internet or anything like that. You can just access your email directly, so that's pretty cool. Of course, the next one would be the terminal, which is very, very important, especially if you're going to be on Linux. It's very important because it's it's something that you might want to get to know, because it could come handy at any moment, and the more you get to know it, the easier it's going to become to be able to do many things that are required on Linux. So of course you can nowadays get away without using it, but if you just get to know just enough, it's always better. So of course you can always have fun with it. You can do something like I can do that. So, and of course you can use this to basically launch any application. So for example, Firefox, I can run it directly from the terminal and then it'll launch. Let's see what else. GIMP. So as you see, very, very easy to do all these things. So that's the main reason why you want to use the terminal, because it just makes everything much easier. Okay, so the next one would be Task SEO, which I'm gonna use a terminal for that, because they don't have a graphical one yet, which hopefully they will in the future, but this is very useful. I'm gonna show you why right now. So if you see, it gives you all these options here to be able to install like a ton of applications. With just one click away, you can install so many different things. I'm gonna show you what I have installed from just using Task SEO. So if I go to, I think it might be under multimedia. Yeah. So if you see under multimedia, I have all these applications that I didn't install, like FreeTux TV, Cantana, Audacious, the list goes on and on. And the main reason why they're there is because I installed it through Task SEO. And basically what I did is, if you see here, packages, which makes your multimedia tools complete. So I just clicked on that, and it just went ahead and installed all those applications that I just showed you. So if you want packages for musicians, for example, you can do that. Packages for mixing and mastering your music, you can do that. MIDI related, the list goes on. And what's so cool about this is, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and install something real quick so I can show you how amazing this is. So of course you can always install like a web server, virtual machine host, and all that, but let's go ahead and do video creation and editing suite, and then I'm just gonna click OK. So this might take a little bit, so I'll pause the video, but I'm gonna show you once it's done. Okay, so as you're seeing here, it's installing a lot of different packages, and one cool thing about it is that it's the packages that it's getting, it's also downloading all the required dependencies and libraries, so you don't have to worry about all of that. So basically all you do is just click on it and it's gonna do everything for you. So now if I go to as you see, Blender is in there for graphics. It installed Blender, it installed Inkscape, Sysfig Studio, I think it also installed. So and now it's done. So let me show you, because that was quite easy to do. It was so under multimedia now it installed Brasero, Audacity. I think it also installed DVD NG, and like I'm gonna show you that all of these work actually once they're installed. But let me go to multimedia here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run. Audacity is pretty easy to install. I'm gonna see what I can find that might be install Kdenlive. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch Kdenlive, because Kdenlive tends to be could be a little bit more challenging since this is on XFCE and not on KDE. But as you see, it did everything fine. Click next, 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 finished, and we'll see. So bam, there you go, it's ready for you. You can use it, do your video editing and everything, and you don't have to worry about anything. Basically you just did it with Task SEO, and at the same time you also got a ton of different other applications that you can use for video and all that. So if you see, you got Coding Media Center in there, which I didn't even know, but it installed it in there. So there it is, and as you see, it just works perfectly. So see if I can exit out of this thing here. Go ahead and show you the rest of the things that it installed just with one click away with this Task SEO command, or Task SEO tool, I mean. So let me show you some more here. We go to multimedia, and it installed DVD NG, it installed Kodi, Kdenlive, GNOME Player. I think it also installed OpenShot. It installed. So let me open up OpenShot. Hopefully it's not gonna crash, since this instance of VirtualBox only has 1 GB. So as you see, it opened up fine. Everything looks cool. So of course I'm not gonna do any video editing, but as you see, it works. Everything works. So this will save you a ton of time doing getting all these useful applications that you'll want. And actually a lot of times there's applications that you didn't even know it existed, and you can always try them out, see how good they are. So PDB or PDB, whatever, I've never used it, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it out right now. And of course I just want to make sure that it works. So as you see, there it is, it's working, it opened, everything's fine. So don't have to worry about looking for the command or the PPAs or anything like that. Everything just installs perfectly. So that's pretty cool. And there's a ton of more stuff in here. So it installed Blender, so I'm gonna check, see if Blender works. And yeah, there it is. So cool. It also installed Inkscape. So okay, so let's check out Inkscape, make sure that it worked under graphics. There it is, there's Inkscape, and it's working fine. So yeah, it's a very cool tool that is available for you. It's called Task SEO, and just do that one more time. I want to go ahead and open it, and I do have a video specifically on how to use it and the best way to use it. So I mean, it's pretty simple to understand, but in case you need some more details, because this right here, it's a lot in there, but actually you can get even a ton more stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm talking about right now. Task SEO, as you see here, it's got all this other stuff in here. I went ahead and installed the multimedia tasks, and that's it. And as you see, it has a ton of stuff in there. So as you see, there's a ton of stuff, But however, if I install, like for example, if I want games to install in what else, let's see what else, let's go ahead and install the games right now, and I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. So right now there's nothing here for games, but you're about to see what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna close it up and let this run. Okay, alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and open up Task SEO again. Alright, so now if you see here, it's talking about arcade games, adventure games, board games, development of games, and card games, and just it goes on and on and on. Emulator for games. I mean, you got all kind of stuff regarding games. So now if I go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do with the development of games and arcade games, and click OK. So now it's gonna go ahead and install all this stuff. That one is downloading. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about something else right now. I'm gonna talk about Python, and the reason why you would want to Python is usually already installed on Linux Mint and a lot of the Linux distributions, or pretty much all of them. And the main reason why you want Python and why you want to get to know Python is because there's so much that you can do with Python. It's unbelievable. I've only been at it for a little bit, but I mean, you can do anything from GUI applications to you know, creating websites to games and all kind of stuff. I mean, it goes on and on. Scientific stuff, database stuff, anything that you can imagine you can do with Python. And a lot of the Linux applications are, you know, they have Python in there somewhere. So that's the main reason why you want to get to know Python. Right now, the best option would be to get to know Python 3. And if you're on Linux, and if you're on Linux Mint, probably one of the best places to be if you want to go and start using some IDE. So I'm gonna show you some IDE here. It's that you can use for Python, but I would recommend to use PyCharm. That's probably the best one, but there's some free ones. If you see under development, there's one called Monkey Studio IDE. This one is called Eric Python IDE, and Ninja IDE. These three here, and actually even Eclipse is with PyDev. So this four over here, you can do Python programming, and of course there's the other one that you can download online, and it's called PyCharm, and that's probably the one that I would recommend to use. But if you just want something that where you don't have to go online and download, you can always use these, and these are pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and show you over here. Like if I open this one up, it's these are all free, so you don't have to worry about it. Open source. If you see here, it's showing that the platform, which is Qt4. So as you see here, I got this PyQt, which is Python in Qt basically, and so you can use this to be able to code. It's very simple. It's very useful to do all your coding in Python. And however, this one can be a little bit more intimidating as far as you see here. It's a little bit, to me at least, it's a little bit more difficult to comprehend as far as how to use. And definitely the best one is PyCharm. But if you want something that it's, you know, it's there and you can start using right away, this one would probably be one of the best ones. It's called Monkey Studio IDE, and the main reason why is because if you're gonna be doing GUI applications, this one's probably one of the best ones for PyQt4. So yeah, the other one was called Eric IDE. Let me see. Development Eric IDE. It's also for Python. This one, it's, you know, it's good. It gets you can do a lot with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like right now. So if you see here, it looks pretty nice. If you go to settings here, preferences, it gives you a lot of different options to be able to do editing or setting it up to whatever you want. So it's probably better than the other one, but it's a little bit more difficult, to be honest, as far as just setting everything up and doing everything. And if you want to do PyQt, probably the other one would be the best one, but this is mainly to get started with Python. So it's called Eric IDE. So the one, it was called Ninja IDE, and this one's for Python. Now this one looks the best, and as far as simplicity wise, as you see here, it looks quite simple. It's not that intimidating to look at. However, it can be a little bit limited, but what I mean by that is the code completion, as far as from what I've been coding, it's not that great. Like, for example, if I was to type something like, let's say, combo, as you see here, it's not recognizing anything that I'm typing, even though it's already there. So that's, so let's say combo dot. When I click dot, that's the only time when it actually shows the code completions. So if I type in Qt, then it does do something. If I type dot again, then it gives me options, but before then it's just not really gonna do much. So I'm gonna do something like Q combo box. So it looks really nice, and it's much easier to use, but it's a little bit more limited as far as if you're I'm always looking for something that's gonna save me a lot of time as far as once I'm coding, because I don't want to spend too much time just coding, because it can be very time consuming, and also another thing that I want is for it to make it easier as far as if I'm making mistakes. Like, for example, let's say I misspell something, so I'm gonna type in list view like this. Is you see there's nothing letting me know that it's misspelled. With the other one that is called PyCharm, it will let you know. It'll highlight it at the bottom. So some of these things may not seem too important right now, but trust me, those are very important. So but this one looks very nice, and it's very simple to use, for sure though. But if you want to do some Python, that's a pretty good one too. But the best one I would recommend is called PyCharm, which do have a video on that if you want to check it out. Go into detail about how to use it. Okay, so this one, task.scl, is almost done. Let's see if it already installed a couple things here. So if you see here under education, that was not there. Now it's there. There's one called Tux Typing, Tux Math, Piano Booster. Under games, now you see there's a ton of games already, and it's not even done yet. So there's gonna be a lot of them. As you see here, Galaga is there, and quite a few. Okay, so now it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you now the games, so I can show you that it works. So if I go to games and I go to Airstrike here, as you see, it's working. Plenty of games. I mean, you can set up, God, I don't know how many games. It might be in the thousands. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not much of a gamer, so, but if you are, I mean, you can just install all of these, and of course they're free. So and some of these might be cheesy, but there are some really good ones. Let's try bump race. Okay, there you go. So that one works. Not sure how to play this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and quit that. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how easy or how simple it is to install Python. Now again, Python is already installed by default, but I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, because Python is so fast. As far as if I type in Python 3 in here, so if you see here, if I type in Python 3 on Synaptic Package Manager, I mean, it's just gonna go on forever and ever as far as all these different libraries and modules that you can install with Python. So it's very simple to install everything that you're gonna need, if you want to get started with Python. So, and at the same time, if you also want to include PyQt, so Python 3 Qt, you can also get it through there. I mean, it's pretty simple to do. I type in PyQt4, which is Python 3 and Qt4. As you see here, it gives you all these things that you can install. I mean, again, there's a ton of stuff that you can just very easily install if you do Python 3-pip. As you see here, you got Python 3 pip. You can easily install from your package manager. So you're basically covered on all the Python modules and plugins that you might need. So that's one of the best reasons why you want to get to know Python, because you can do pretty much anything you want with it. So next one I want to talk about is Bluefish. So programming, definitely you need an IDE, and I would highly recommend using Bluefish. So one of the main reasons why, for example, as you see here, this is straight up out of the box here. You can very easily customize it. You can get rid of some of these things here, like the status bar. You can get rid of the snippets menu here, and to create a file, basically you just click this one right here, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's very simple to use, very simple to customize. You go to edit preferences. As you see here, it gives you the options, many languages that you can use. So if you go to documents and you go to language mode in here, as you can see, it's ASP, C, C++, CSS, HTML, Java, JavaScript, PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, Shell script, VB script. I mean, it just got plenty in there that you can go ahead and use. If you're definitely looking into doing some web development, so it's called Bluefish. I have plenty of videos on Bluefish if you're interested. So the next one is called Deluge. Let me see if I have it in here. So how simple it is. So Deluge, and should open pretty soon. So as you see, so basically, let's say you got a torrent, and what it'll do, it'll ask you if you want to open it with Deluge, or with if you have something else like transmission, it'll ask for that. If you choose Deluge, it'll open over here and it'll just start running, and I find it to be much faster. There's really nothing that you need to mess with other than just letting it run, and once it's done, that's it. You got your torrent, and to remove, you just come over here and click on remove torrent, and that's it. So it's very simple to use. You can tweak it out to be a little bit faster than it already is, but really you don't really have to mess with it. So that one is called Deluge, and that's to handle all your BitTorrents. Alright, so the next one, which is definitely the most important one I would recommend using, is called Synaptic Package Manager. And the main reason why you want this is if you don't want to deal with a terminal, then this is going to be your best friend. And even if you do use a terminal and you're a pro, it's always a good idea to use this Synaptic Package Manager, because it just works great. Like, I'm gonna open it right now from my actual system here. So, and there are many applications that if you install from the terminal, they can break, or they can there might be something missing, a library, a module, something that just didn't install correctly, and because of that, you're gonna have a very hard time. But if you go through the Synaptic Package Manager, you can just easily be able to install anything you want. So for example, if you want something like Kdenlive Live that is based off KDE, this is on XFCE, but as you see, you can very easily install it through there. Don't have to worry about installing anything else. You just click on it, install it, and it'll work perfectly. Let's say you want something like let's say you want VirtualBox. Type in VirtualBox, and there it is. So you just click on it and install it. Just make sure you pick the right VirtualBox once you're here. So I think it's Qt, the one that you install by default. So but anyways, you can very easily install all the packages, but you can also do more than that. Like you can do, you can click on status and see if there's any that are called residual config. So basically what you want to do with all of these is you want to delete them. So you just highlight all of them and mark for complete removal, and then I click apply, and there you go. So this is very simple way to clean up some residual packages that are just cluttering your system. So you know, it's got its use for that also. So as you see, it's gone, and you can also check on some of the installed applications. So it's very useful. It's probably the best application that you know, you definitely want to get to know, because it's just going to make everything much easier. Next one is a GTK Orphan, and this one might be a little bit more advanced, but the reason why I'm showing you this one instead of the terminal based one, because it's much easier to do. And why not go with a GUI if it's much easier? So this is to remove any orphan packages. So all you would do is you would just run it, and as you see here, it gives you all these, and basically you just click on all these and click OK, and they're gone, and that's it. So main reason why you want to get rid of these is because again, they're gonna be cluttering up your system, and you don't want that. You just want to get rid of all this stuff that it's really unnecessary for it to be on your system. So and then just click OK, and yes, and it's gonna get rid of everything for you. And it's pretty fast, as you see, it's done. So that's it. And last one I want to talk about, which is the Ninja IDE, which I already looked at earlier when I was talking about the Python. So if you see here, this is Ninja IDE, and other than Python, I mean not Python, PyCharm IDE, I think this one might be one of the best ones out there. It's not that like really powerful, but it's so easy to use, and it's just it looks good, really. It looks very simple. Like if you go to add-ins, manage plugins, and you can very easily install plugins. You got plugins for Django. You got many different kinds here, as you see here. Bazaar, you got Git integration, HTML, Sublime snippets, proxy, bash support. So I'm really liking this one. Of course, I just barely found out about it like today, I think, but I had to include it in here because it's very nice. And as you see here, I like these the little dots that they put in there. It's very easy to understand where you're at as far as the indentation. So the only thing that is lacking right now is the auto completion is not as good as it should be, but I mean, that's not such a big deal. I can handle that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So that's it for now. Bye.